Say three times is a charm. And so this is actually my third try in doing this devotional. The first one, it happened to be that the screen just showed blank. It was just black. The second one, I didn't really like some things that that came out. And so I'm trying again now here. And I want us to look at First Corinthians chapter 10. And in First Corinthians chapter 10, it is very interesting. It talks about the Israelites. It talks about how they were led by God and how God was with them, how he showed him his glory. And with that, though, there are times in which they decided, hey, I'm going to go down my own road. And so they did decide to go down a road of idolatry. And with that idolatry, it also led to immorality as well, this gross immorality. And it was also another time as well, we see in the book of Numbers that they decided not to trust God, not to have faith in God and go into the promised land and trusting those two spies, Joshua and Caleb, who said, we could do this with the Lord's help. Instead, they decided to have distrust and they believed the 10 unfaithful spies, and God did not allow them to go into the promised land. And Paul says this in First Corinthians chapter 10. Now these things happened to them as an example, but they were written down for our instruction on whom the end of the ages has come. So very interesting, what the Israelites faced, what we face, what people have faced throughout the millennia, the temptations that we all face. We have to remember there's nothing new under the sun. The same temptations we face are the temptations that the Israelites faced and others have faced. There's nothing, again, new. Therefore, let anyone who thinks that he stands take heed lest he fall. Thinking, hey, I can do this on my own. This temptation, I don't need anybody's help. I don't need the Lord's help. I'm strong enough. I can go play with the fire a little bit and not get burned. We know what Solomon wrote in the book of Proverbs. Paraphrased, put a little fire in my lap, I'm going to get burned. So take heed lest you fall. He goes on to say, no temptation is overtaking you that is not common to man, as I mentioned before, but God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. It is saying here, he's not going to take all the temptations out of your life. You are going to go through temptations. You are going to go through tests. And we have to remember, we are not alone. There's no temptation that is so overcoming that you just feel like you have to go through it, but there's nothing I can do. No, it's we decide not to do something, and we decide not to do this. But with the temptation, he will also provide the way of escape, the door of escape, the provision to overcome that temptation and not fall into sin, that you may be able to endure it. I mean, there are times in which the temptation is going to come over and over and over again. It's going to be there. God said, I want to keep this door open for you. Keep on going through that door. It reminds me of Joseph and Potiphar's wife. Joseph knew what he should do. And when it came that time when it could have been that he could have gotten away with something, but he knew it was wrong. He probably didn't even think about it. But when that temptation came, he ran. He took his door of escape. So I want to encourage you. Maybe you're not facing it right now, but it may be sometime in the future that you may have a temptation in front of you Don't even think about it. Don't even entertain it. Just take the door of escape. God will honor you for that. God may allow you to have some ministry or some opportunity for you to be able to share with others how, yes, I face these temptations too, but I took the door of escape. God gave me the boldness and the confidence and the courage to do so. Well, thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a good and blessed Thanksgiving.